Happy Frugal Friday, friends. Welcome back to the channel. The last video I did on Friday, you guys had an awesome response to. I got so many messages that were like, more of these, more of these. So what do I always tell you? What the K Squad wants, the K Squad gets. So today we are reading another Frugal Living article, and we're going to go through and see, do we already do these, or is it something we should consider doing going forward? The article I found for this week's video comes from Bola Sokunbi. She is actually the founder of Clever Girl Finance. Check her out. She has a YouTube channel also, as well as a blog. The title of this, as you saw in the title of the video, is 35 Frugal Living Tips to Save a Ton of Money. Let's do this. Number 1, start budgeting. Maybe I should start doing that. Just kidding. If you are new to my channel, you might not know this yet, but 50% of my channel, that is what I am stressing day and night, is to create a budget. A budget is permission to spend, and it has literally transformed my entire life. By the way, I just got an email from Teresa. She watched my video called How to Create a Budget That Actually Works, and she has now adopted my 4-category budget strategy, and she said it has changed everything. So Teresa, I am so glad you started doing that, and if anybody wants to check out that video, please just type that in, and hopefully it will help you also. Number 2 is meal plan. Now, you guys know, if you've been watching me, I definitely meal plan-ish. I'm not a full-out meal planner. If I had a bigger family, I think that would be an amazing strategy, as I've shared with you before. But if you want to see how I meal plan-ish, check out my capsule kitchen video. That will be really helpful. But I know a lot of you do meal plan. Number 3, she says, cook in bulk. Now, for me, again, because it's just me and Kaden, I don't often do that. The one thing I will do for myself sometimes is to cook a ton of chicken breasts in a crock pot so that I can eat it throughout the week and I have my protein made, and it's just so easy. You can put it in anything all week long. So that's the only thing I really cook in bulk. But if I had a bigger family, heck yeah. Number 4 is take a look in your pantry. She goes on to say, of course, to use up all the stuff. She says, the amount of food I keep in my pantry at one time is somewhat embarrassing. It's a great tip to use what you already have, right? Look in that pantry, go through everything, especially those of you that have been doing no spend with me. You know, use it up, saves a ton of money. Number 5 is check out coupons. Now, back in the day when I discovered coupons, I was like, why isn't everyone doing this? Coupons are amazing. And I would spend time clipping. I no longer do that, and I don't think it's a bad idea, but for me, I just use digital coupons. As you guys know, I always say I'm a digital girl in a digital world now. When I go to my grocery store has digital coupons. I can clip ahead of time. So this past week when I went grocery shopping, I was getting $6 off because of coupons and the rewards that come with it on my app. You would have thought I won the lottery. I was buying cat food and cat litter and a couple other things, and when the end came and that $6 just melted off automatically, I was like, ah, yes! So exciting. Number 6 is sell things you don't need. I feel like a while ago, before everything in the world was happening, I felt like it was much easier to put something on Facebook Marketplace and meet with people, but now I'm not meeting with anybody, but also I don't have anything to sell at this time. But if you have things that you don't need, I would definitely sell it to make a little side cash and get it out of your house. Number 7 is buy used. Now, this one actually surprises me when I think about it. I actually don't use this as much as you might think I would. I bought a used car for my first car back when I was in my 20s. My first car was a blue Chevy Malibu. Her name was Boo. We'd say, what can the Boo do? Do you guys name your cars also? I've had Fiona, the Ford Focus, and now I have a Toyota, and her name is Tegan. They're almost always female. I think it's because I have so many males in the house. My cats are male. Kaden, we girls got to stick together. You know what I'm saying? Number 8 is return things you don't need. Now, I think this is a great idea, of course, but truth be told, more than likely, I'm not going to buy it if I don't need it, because that's me. And you guys know I'm very intentional, very mindful with my purchases. So this would be a very rare thing that happens. But if I bought something and I wasn't going to use it, I would either try to sell it, return it, or give it to somebody that needs it more than me. Number 9, she says, repurpose the fabulous clothes you already have. I love this one. And this actually makes me laugh. It kind of makes me think of one of the things one of you subscribers said to me. You were watching my video on how to possibly wear the same thing every day to reduce decision fatigue, save money, save time. And one of you said, I don't think I've seen you wear the same shirt in a video. So this is kind of like, what are you talking about? And I laugh because that's true. I often wear different shirts, but you guys know I have repeated some shirts, but what I do, exactly what this is saying, I don't necessarily wear all these clothes on the daily, but I will pull them out for videos just to change it up. And then I think back and I'm like, oh yeah, I was wearing that plaid shirt. Or, oh yeah, I was wearing the purple shirt. Or, oh yeah, I was wearing my K-Squad hoodie for the 10th time. But I like to use everything in my wardrobe. So as you guys know, when you're watching me, you're just seeing my top. So I'll just change it up to make it a little interesting. But I could just wear the same shirt every video. I don't think it would change much for you guys receiving the content on the other end, but I like to use the stuff that I have. So go ahead and go through your closet and look through. Can you use things? Can you wear it in a different way? We've talked about this a ton. Don't have to go buy new clothes. You can accessorize things differently, wear it a little differently. Repurpose the fabulous clothes you already have, I think is a great tip. And I do it all the time. I almost never buy clothes. It's not even in my budget. Number 10, buy a car you can afford. Oh, who knows this more than me? If you watched me from the very beginning, you will see when I saved up to get out of a lease that I was in, a car lease, the car I currently have, I saved up $20,000 to pay it off when I realized leasing was not the best idea. So should I have bought used in this situation? Yeah. And I will know going forward that there might be better options than what I did in the past. So buy a car you can afford is a really essential tip in my mind, especially if you're using a car all the time and you need a car. You need to have something that you can fit into your budget. You don't want to be paying $500+ for a car payment. Oh my gosh, imagine what you could do with that. So get something that's in your budget or even below your budget and make it work. Make sure it's functional. Make sure you feel safe in it, but definitely get one you can afford. Number 11 is walk or bike when you can. This one, anytime we talk about bikes, I always giggle a little because I used to love riding bikes as a kid, but I don't even have one as an adult, so I never bike. I'm not even that interested in it, to be honest. But walking, yes, walk when you can. My brother even sometimes walks to the grocery store to get his groceries because it's close by. Mine is not as close, so I can't do that necessarily, especially in the winter. But walking and biking is great exercise, obviously, so if you can do it, do it. Number 12 is shop around for the best insurance. Absolutely. I do this every few years. I go through all my insurances and I just kind of call and say, hey, got anything better these days? And it's pretty great how much you can save when you just ask. Number 13 is swap out your light bulbs. She says LED light bulbs use a fraction of the energy that a standard bulb uses. I just take this as word and I have mostly LED light bulbs. I haven't tested one versus the other, but this is what I've been told for a while, so that is what I already use. Number 14 is automate your savings and your investments. I have my 401k taken immediately out of my paycheck before I even see my paycheck. I do that every single month. Always prioritize your savings. I have a video called Pay Yourself First. Check that out if you're interested. Number 15 is check out the library. Heck yeah. And especially if you're part of the K-Squad book club, get your book at the library for free. The library is such a great resource. Some of you have had your libraries completely closed during this time, but for us, we could actually order it and they would send it to the house. So there are options. Number 16 is evaluate your subscriptions. Definitely go through this even monthly or every 6 months and say, do I really need this subscription? And if not, get rid of it. Number 17 is have date nights at home. Who's going on dates? Okay, if I ever have a date ever again, I love stay-at-home dates. And I think that everybody has learned over the last year that staying home is an option that we can get really creative with and have fun. But some of my past dates, way in the past, I love just having a glass of wine, some crackers and cheese, watching a movie, holding hands, going for a walk around the neighborhood, talking. Like there's so many things you can do completely for free in your own home, right around the home, that can obviously really help you stay on budget. Number 18 is get a part-time job. No lie, there has never been a time, not once, not ever, in my adult life that I have ever not had a part-time job on top of my full-time job. Not once, not ever. I have always had a part-time job. Before I had Kaden, I would work my tail off, and I'm still working my tail off, but if I had a full-time job, and I would be always looking for part-time job signs. I would always be like, oh, maybe I could do that for a few hours a week. Oh, maybe I've always had a part-time job. Always, and it has always helped. Would I love to just have one that covered everything? Sure. But until YouTube goes full-time, it's not going to happen because I'm always going to have YouTube on the side while I'm doing my full-time job because I love it. Number 19 is pay down your debt. I don't actually talk a ton about debt on this channel. We talk about it here and there, of course, because we're talking about budgeting. But when I came into this channel, I had just paid off that $20,000 payoff for my car that I had saved and scrimped and squirreled away for so that I would have no car payment, which is amazing, by the way, not having a car payment. I highly recommend it. But I now just bought a big old fat mortgage in my name. So now I have debt again. But for me, the focus right now is not to be crushing it, paying off the house. With everything going on in the world, I'm comfortable with just paying my mortgage plus $100 every single month toward the principal. So I'm at least chipping away at it, but I'm not aggressively going at it right now because as you guys know, I'm trying to save up a 12-month emergency fund because I am just uncertain what is going to happen in the next few years based on what just happened this year. And I just want to be prepared for anything. But yes, paying down your debt. I do have a video on the snowball versus the avalanche. Type that into the search bar. Check that out so you can think more about that because debt free is the way to be. Except my mortgage. Number 20, avoid credit card debt. Yeah, guys, if you are in debt, I don't recommend using credit cards much. If you can keep it under control and you are in the habit of paying it off every month and you're budgeting it that way and you're intentionally using them and you know you have that money to pay it off every month, then I am totally down with getting the reward points. I am able to do that because I have made it a habit. That's what I'm doing. What I don't recommend is ever, besides like your mortgage, a big thing like that, is spending money before you have the money. Unless it's sitting there in your checking, don't use credit cards. You're going to end up paying way more for that thing than you ever intended. And having no debt on your credit cards makes you be able to save faster towards the things you really want. Number 21 is downsize. Living in a larger home has its perks. However, the cost of living in a bigger space can add up. Not only are you paying for more square footage, but also the little costs that come along with it. Consider downsizing your living space to a more affordable living situation. Home ownership is no joke, people. Those oil bills keep coming. You know, it's a thing. So if you can have less home and still be comfortable, I think that's a great idea. Always be looking out for opportunities where you can cut down your living expenses. Number 22, try a low spend or a no spend challenge. What have we been doing most of this month? Exactly this. January was a no spend month, and I think it has been awesome. I hope you guys have gotten a lot out of it, and definitely. So a no spend or a low spend, January was a no spend for me, and Sundays are a no spend every single week. I only spend money on Monday through Saturday. A lot of you like this concept and have adopted it yourself. Consider it if it's something that sounds good to you. No spends or low spends can definitely work. Number 23 is use money saving apps. I will share my top 3 with you right now. Fetch Rewards, Rakuten, and Receipt Hog. I will leave my links down below, my codes for Fetch and Rakuten if you want to use mine so you get additional points when you sign up. Receipt Hog doesn't have it. It's like an older app, but I just love it. It's just a snap your receipt, so easy. The points rack up super easy. But that one I don't have a referral code for, but check it out. I'll leave those all 3 down below. But please use my code if you're going to do it anyway. We both get a little something out of it. Number 24 is buy in bulk. Me personally, I don't go to Sam's Club. I don't go to Costco. I don't do any of that. What I do is use Amazon Pantry, and that's where I get like a thing of paper towels. You guys know I do use paper towels, not a ton, so that lasts me usually a while when I get a big pack. Toilet paper, cat litter, and tissues. So I don't have to be carting around those big things around the stores. I just have them delivered right to my house, and you get it at a discounted rate when you do it like that. And those come every month or when I have the subscription set. Some are 2 months, 3 months. Easy breezy. I really enjoy that actually. Number 25, ditch cable. I'm not even talking about this. Who has cable? Come on. Just kidding. No shade if that's the thing you're choosing to spend your money on. Frugal living is all about spending less on the things that don't matter to us. If cable matters to you most, then keep the cable. Me, I haven't had it in years and years and years. Don't miss it. I have Netflix. I have Amazon Prime. Yeah. Number 26 is frugal traveling. This, I have literally nothing to offer because I never travel. Right now, in this time of my life, I got nothing for you. Number 27 is skip the salon. This is one I choose to spend money on for the following reasons. One, when the pandemic first hit and nobody could get their hair cut or hair done, I know a lot of the stylists took a really hard hit. And one of them is my dear friend that does my hair. So I like to support her. Secondly, when we go, it's like a pleasant experience. And it's like one of the very few times I can spend time with friends while I'm doing something else that I need to do. So it's always like a fun experience going because she's so great. She does my hair. She does Kaden's hair. And as you guys know, if you've been watching me for a bit, you know that a long time ago, there was a time where I went through a really financial hard time back when I was married, and my husband had lost his job, and I watched YouTube and I learned how to cut and dye my own hair, and I was doing that by myself for a while to save money. And it was fine, but now my choice is that is something I want to spend a little money on, so I do keep the salon. Number 28 is make gifts instead of buying them. I've talked about this endlessly during Christmas, that this could be a great option. As you know, I'm not a big fan of giving people food gifts these days with food allergies and gluten-free and nut sensitivities. Me, I don't think food's the best idea in 2021, but other things, if you make sugar scrubs, if you make other things that you know mean a lot to other people, making your own gifts is a great idea. They're meaningful and usually cost less. Number 29, grow your own vegetables. We actually talked about this in the article last week. Me personally, I don't grow my own vegetables. Would I not mind having a cucumber stash being grown here at the house? Yes, because I love cucumbers, but that's not one that I choose to participate in at this time. Number 30 is lower your electric bill. Guys, it's a very easy habit to get in the habit of shutting off lights, fans, air conditioning, anything that you're not using when you're not using them. And that is a habit I have completely embraced. So my electric bills are not huge, and I highly encourage, just be very aware. Number 31, fun for free. Now, back in the day, there used to be parks and concerts for free and things, but look, there's a lot of stuff we can do for free. I could literally go on for days. If you watch any of my frugal videos from before, you know there's a ton of stuff you can do. We actually just talked about this when preparing for a no spend. If you want to check out my no spend things to do for fun, just type in Kaden no spend January, and we talked about a bunch of them there. Number 32 is cut expensive coffee. I feel like this is like the ditch your cable one. Everybody always brings it up. And she says millennials spend over $2,000 a year on coffee. Now, you guys know I am a coffee lover and I will spend money on coffee, but I make it at home. Makes a huge difference. Number 33 is fitness at home. Yeah, guys, back in the day when I was single, had no children, going to the gym used to be a real pleasure to me, actually. So if that's something that, again, you value and it's a routine you've set up when you go to the gym, you work really hard and it's beneficial, then stick with the gym. But if you're paying a gym membership every month because you might go, then I would attempt to do it at home. Or if you are going to the gym and you do like it, but you're really trying to pinch some pennies, try working at home. There's so many videos here on YouTube to watch. There's endless exercises. There's endless resources to do it right in your home at the cost of zero. Number 34 is stop impulse buying. There's many strategies you can use to stop doing this. You could do the 24-hour rule. You put it in your cart for 24 hours. You wait, come back the next day. You know, do I still need this? Some people do a 30-day rule. You put it in your cart, you wait 30 days. Do you really need it? Whatever you need to do. I am not in the habit of impulse spending anymore. This is something I have been able to curb. If you watch my video on how to stop spending online, you got to keep your eyes on the prize of your bigger goals, right? And not just spend in the hot moment of the excitement. It takes practice, and once you get into the habit of it, you can quit. Number 35, she says, determine what thing you can do without. Just because you can buy something doesn't mean you should. As you work on stretching your dollars, determine what things you can do without. Whether it's temporary or permanent, this can really give you a boost by saving more money. This is everything that frugal living is about. It's picking and choosing. It's prioritizing what you really want versus maybe what you're doing out of habit, what you think you might want. You can have anything you want in your budget if you are willing to focus on that thing and spend less money on the things that you don't value as much. Frugal living, minimalism, these two concepts have really helped me adopt everything about this concept, and it's really helped me narrow down what's important to me and what I want to spend my money on. Your money that you spend things on is your vote. You're voting on, this is the thing that's important to me. Spend less votes on the things that are not as important and put the money toward the things that light your soul on fire. To my frugal newbies, if this is new to you, all this kind of thought and mindset of frugal living, welcome to the family. I'm so glad you're here. I hope that as you're listening to these, you're thinking, okay, maybe I can use this, maybe I can try this, and it will be useful to you. Those of you that have been in the frugal living life for years or maybe decades, I think that even when we go through these, sometimes there's a couple little light bulbs that go off. You think, like me today, I was thinking like, oh, the buy used. I probably could use that option more than I do. I think that when we hear these kind of tips and tricks and thoughts, it depends on who says it, when you hear it, and how it's delivered to you. So maybe your cousin that drives you insane has been telling you these things for years. You're not listening to your cousin, she's annoying. But you might hear it from me and go, oh, you know what? That makes sense. Maybe when you're hearing it from a person that you're used to, that you're comfortable with, that you're willing to hear the information from, it comes out differently. Or maybe a new single mom is watching this right now. Are you a newly single mom? And you think this is only for people that have two incomes. This is only for people with families. And then you see me and you go, oh, she's a single mom of one. She's making this work. Maybe I can make this work. Or maybe it's not me. Maybe you're watching Jordan Page, who has 8 children. And you're like, I relate to her more, and you hear it from her differently. Or Budget Girl, or Lydia Sin, or Debt Free Dana, whoever you might relate with, you might hear these things completely different, although we're all talking similar concept, sometimes exact same concept, but we're coming at it from a different angle. And again, it depends how you hear it, who you hear it from, and when you hear it. Maybe today's the day that your whole life changes because you're watching this video, or you click on one of my other videos and you're like, oh, she talked about this. I really want to learn more about this. Explore, be willing to have an open mind, and see what works for you. It's a very exciting time when all of a sudden you start saving money and you didn't even know you could do it. And it's not even that hard. It's just getting into the habit of doing it. I hope this video brought you some good information. I think that the writer of this article is right on with frugal living. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you like this kind of content, you'll hit the like button, you'll hit subscribe, you'll hit the bell so you're notified each time I make a new video. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys. I know you don't want me to leave without saying hello to the kitty cats.